Truck Series playoff driver Stewart Friesen was injured in a huge dirt-modified crash late last night. Let's look at the latest updates and discuss some other stock car racing news. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. We'll take a look at the NASCAR Cup Series points in a few moments. The top four in the regular season standings are the closest they've been this late in the season in over a decade. We've got some ARCA news as well to cover, but we need to begin with the developing Stewart Friesen situation. Stewart Friesen, 42-year-old Craftsman Truck Series veteran, won at Michigan earlier this summer to clinch a spot in the NASCAR Truck Series playoffs, was injured last night in a vicious dirt-modified crash racing in his home country of Canada. Friesen got into the outside wall and his car launched into the air, fiery crash, hard landing, then got T-boned by oncoming traffic. I can't show the full clip, but there are different versions circulating on Twitter, shots from the crowd, fan perspectives. It was a brutal crash, one of the scariest motorsports crashes I've seen in quite some time. Real-time reports from the track were that Friesen was alert and talking. He was helped from his race car and was transported to a local hospital for further evaluation. This morning, his wife Jessica posted this update on social media. She said, quote, "As most of you know by now, Stewart was involved in a multi-car accident at Autodrome Drummond in Quebec, Canada last night. CT scans have come back clear of any head, neck, or spine injuries. Unfortunately, he is still in a tremendous amount of pain. Stewart has suffered an unstable/open book pelvic fracture, meaning his pelvis is broken in 2 or more places, with a large hematoma on the area. Stewart also has a fractured right leg. Both of these injuries will require surgery. Stewart was transferred to a larger hospital this morning for these procedures. His vitals are stable, and after receiving additional pain medication, he is in better spirits and resting. Thank you all for your continued support." Most NASCAR fans best know Stewart Friesen for his work as an independent Truck Series driver, independent team. He's won multiple races in his Truck Series career. He's been in the playoffs before, has qualified for the playoffs this year. But he may be better known amongst broader race fans for his hundreds of dirt feature victories in his career. Several drivers have posted supportive messages, including Jesse Love. Corey LaJoie called him a warrior. Yeah, that's very true. Stewart Friesen just loves to race. Incredible work ethic, loves the competitive nature, the thrill of motorsports. I hope he is able to make a fast and, most importantly, a full recovery. I'm no doctor. Those sound like serious injuries. I have no idea what the timetable for a potential return might look like. I hate to mention this, but it is worth noting the Craftsman Truck Series playoffs begin in 1 month. August 30th, Darlington. I know drivers have been able to race through injuries before, and if Friesen misses the next 2 races, he'll for sure get a playoff waiver from NASCAR. But if he's not good to go, if he's not comfortable racing or cleared to race by August 30th, what becomes of his playoff status? The truck obviously would still be eligible for the Owners' Championship, would still be in the Owners' playoffs, which pays most of the bills at the end of the day. They could put a different driver behind the wheel, but Friesen may not be eligible for the Drivers' playoffs. Remember a few years ago, Kurt Busch in the Cup Series won a race early in the year, qualified for the playoffs, but then got injured during the summer. When it became clear he wasn't going to be able to return in time for the playoffs, he withdrew from the Drivers' playoffs. The 45 car, however, was still in the Owners' playoffs. So I guess it's too early to speculate. I hate to speculate or to try and look too far into the future, but there is a real possibility that while the 52 truck is still in the Owners' Championship, the driver, Stewart Friesen, if he's not able to return in the next month, may have someone else take his place in the drivers' playoffs. So just from a competitive week-to-week standpoint, that's something for fans to pay attention to. But obviously, I'm hoping Stewart Friesen's able to make a full recovery. If he's able to get back this season behind the wheel, that would be fantastic. That win at Michigan was huge, but I know the rest of this season has been tough on the NASCAR side. Remember, back in April, Friesen, after a couple of bad crashes, was openly contemplating his future in the Craftsman Truck Series. And just to pile on, this past weekend, his 3rd place finish at IRP was disqualified after the team failed post-race inspection. They are appealing that penalty. All this is to say, it has been a tumultuous NASCAR season for Stewart. Big highs, winning at Michigan, unfortunately a lot of lows. I hope he's able to get back behind the wheel to keep doing what he loves. We'll know in the next few weeks how this injury may or may not impact his playoff eligibility. But wishing Stewart Friesen, his entire family, his entire team, nothing but the best. Stay tuned to his social media for real-time updates, and we'll talk about any major updates here on the show in the coming days as well. Now, there are a couple other topics I'd like to talk about in today's show, beginning with Toyota development driver Jade Avedizian signing a 2-race ARCA deal with Venturini Motorsports. The 18-year-old driver will make 2 ARCA starts later this fall in top Toyota equipment. She comes from dirt racing, has mentioned Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell are 2 drivers she looks up to, but the past couple of years she's made a transition to more pavement and road course racing. In fact, earlier this year she won a Cars Tour Pro late model race after the first place guy got disqualified in post-race tech, but has continued to show serious promise. She is in the Toyota development system. I have not watched her race much personally, but people I know who have say she's legit. Just this past weekend at IRP, there were a record-tying 6 women in the ARCA Menard Series field, including fellow Toyota development driver Isabella Robusto, who finished a solid 4th. She's another driver that I think has shown some promise. Worth noting, she lost like a year of development due to a concussion she suffered, but since coming back, this is her first full ARCA season. She's 5th in points. She's one of several women in the short track ranks looking to work their way up. Jade Avedizian is certainly towards the top of that list as well. Will be interesting to see how she handles pavement short track racing in the ARCA Menard Series later this fall. ARCA Truck Series drivers in the news today, but let's talk a little Cup as well. I saw this graphic from NASCAR Insights. Chase Elliott leads the regular season standings. Only 4 points back is William Byron, then 15 points back to Kyle Larson. Denny Hamlin only minus 20. NASCAR Insight says this is the closest the top 4 in points have been this late into a season since 2012. There are 4 regular season races to go. Remember, the regular season champion gets an additional 15 playoff points that can be used through each of the first 3 playoff rounds. Second place gets, I think, 10 bonus points. Third gets 8. 4th, 7th, 6th, so on and so on. So while I know we like to pretend that consistency, the regular season points don't matter, they do. They are worth real bonus points at the end of race number 26. So looking at these 4, Elliott, Byron, Larson, 3 Hendrick teammates, and then Denny Hamlin, the Toyota veteran, who's in the best spot to win the regular season championship? Again, there are 4 races to go. If we look at the most recent 4 races that have happened, here are the total points earned by these 4 contenders. Denny Hamlin has earned the most points the past 4 weeks of this group. Then it's Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, and then William Byron, who has had more speed than the numbers would suggest, but has struggled to finish races. Also hurts that 4 races ago, he finished last at Chicago, had technical issues lap 1, so that skews the data a bit. But there you go, Denny Hamlin, 4th in points, but hard charging late here in the summer. Those were the last 4 races. 4 races to go. We've got Iowa, a short track this weekend, then Watkins Glen, a road course, another short track Richmond, and then the wild card super speedway that is Daytona. My prediction is that Chase Elliott is going to hold on to win the regular season championship for a couple of reasons. One, he is the only driver in Cup with 0 DNFs this year. His worst finish is 20th. He's finished top 20 in every single race this year. And looking ahead, he's a very good short track racer. We know that. There are 2 short tracks remaining. He's great at Watkins Glen, tremendous at Watkins Glen. Daytona's a wild card, but he's good at the other 3. I like Chase Elliott to continue the consistency and to hang on to win the regular season title, but Denny Hamlin is the driver to keep an eye on. I think he'll get to 2nd place for sure. Like Chase Elliott, Denny is a great short track racer, tremendous numbers at Richmond in recent seasons. He's also red hot right now, 3 top 5 finishes the past 4 weeks, including that win at Dover. Denny's not a great road racer, but Watkins Glen is the one road course he's won at before. His recent numbers at Watkins Glen are pretty darn good, actually. 20 points back from Chase Elliott isn't a huge gap. You could make most of that up in just a couple of stages. But with how consistent Chase Elliott has been, doesn't make big mistakes, I think that deficit is larger than it may appear. But I think Hamlin can get to P2, which would be worth an additional 10 bonus points at the end of the regular season. Remember last season, Denny Hamlin suffered that massive engine penalty, got docked a bunch of playoff points. Last year, Hamlin entered the playoffs as the 6th seed with only 15 playoff points. If Hamlin gets to second this year, he would be guaranteed at least 34 playoff points this season. That's a 19-point increase over last year. Those points you get in each of round 1, round 2, and round 3, especially those later rounds. 19 additional playoff points is a huge bonus, could be a huge difference maker. Denny Hamlin in a very good spot, could be one of, if not the top seeds entering this year's playoffs. Something to watch over the next 4 weeks. Let me know who you think wins the regular season championship. I have Chase Elliott holding on, but I think Denny gets to second. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comment section below. That is going to do it for today's show, folks. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We talk NASCAR news, rumors, race reactions, interviews, and so much more every single day. Don't want to miss a single episode. Really appreciate your very generous support on Patreon as well. Have a good rest of your day, folks. I will talk with you again real soon. Thanks for watching.